Hi, this is Kara. Welcome to Breaking Free Fridays, or welcome back if you've been following the series. It's great to have you here, and as I'm sure you've noticed, this video is actually a day late, and it inspired me to talk about something that is really important in our journeys for empowerment and just our process through inner work. One of the things that is this really interesting dance that we have as we're progressing and transforming and growing is really flowing between being flexible and having consistency and then rigidity in terms of values and things like that. And it's interesting because we are already in with this community, which I am so grateful for and so excited about. Over 50 videos, which most of them have been the Breaking Free Friday videos, and really honing in on those ideas and insights and tools that can help us break free of what holds us back. And, yesterday ended up being just a really intense and demanding day for me. And I realized that for my well-being, my energy was just not quite there to share. And I really want to be present and be able to give you my all. And so I decided that in lieu of doing something that maybe wasn't as up to the full potential of what I could deliver, I really just needed to take a little bit more time for self-care and just energy attunement last night. And then today I'm back here, really ready to share some great insights and really wanting to hear your feedback about this topic as well. Because when I think back to years and years ago, I would compromise my own well-being, my own self-interests, just to follow through on a commitment, or in the name of consistency. And while I still hold very much to the value of of our word and showing up and doing the best that we can, I have also, through this journey and in working with a lot of beautiful souls, have just seen that there are times where the ebbs and flows in life take us in a little bit of a different direction, and there's beauty and grace that comes when we accept some of that flexibility and that flow into the nature of the way that life unfolds. It's part of our invitation to let go. It's part of our invitation to surrender to the divine, to God, to source, to universal energy, whatever feels and resonates best with you in terms of your creator and that divine spark within you, and your connection to that part of that higher power. It's that invitation to become stronger in your relationship with that divine source, which is so beautiful. It's also a really incredible invitation for us to realize that we don't have control over everything that's going on in our life. And so it gives us that reminder of what a beautiful invitation and opportunity it is for us to get stronger in managing our mindset and managing our emotions and emotional regulation, and managing our energy, and all of that. And sometimes that means taking a pause, and it means adjusting in a way that we didn't anticipate. One of the things that is so powerful in this whole discussion and this topic of really flowing with that dance flexibility and consistency versus holding firm and, deeply rooted, values and things like that, are really around the way that we give meaning to what's going on in life. Oftentimes we lose our power and we actually make ourselves smaller in the way that we actually define the meaning of a particular circumstance. So, for example, even though I'm posting this video a day later, there are a couple of ways that I could have looked at that. I could have beat myself up about it. I could have decided to hold my value as a being to me missing by a day. But instead, I chose to use this as an opportunity to share something that is really valuable and important as we progress on our journeys of transformation and growth. And we learn how to have more grace for ourselves, how to invite more of that ease and flow in where there's co-creation with the divine, and there's a part of us that surrenders to certain outcomes, that we're not holding on so tight, that we don't have such an attachment, that we actually prevent possibly something even more beautiful from coming forward and unraveling and unfolding. So I would love to hear your thoughts on how these kinds of experiences have shown up in your life, and what you've learned as you've gone through your journey as well. And also just to take a pause and, in terms of kind of a tool that can be really helpful in bringing ourselves into that greater flow, into that, into more of the dance, as opposed to really either beating ourselves up or even shutting down if things are not happening the way that we anticipated or that we expected, but realizing that some of that is part of the magic of life. And while there's value in routine and discipline and all of those kinds of things, it truly is a dance. And the more that we raise ourselves in our consciousness, the more that we see things from a higher perspective, the more that this dance becomes really clear and the opportunity to flow with it becomes more evident. So how have you seen that dance showing up in your life? Let me know in the comments below. And I just am wishing you a beautiful week ahead. And here is to your next level of empowerment and breaking free. If you are loving these videos, please share them with friends and family. Subscribe, send a like, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.